was the astrologer for Ronald Regan. He was an Aquarius and she was Cancer. So she was very homespun and very protective of him. And he was a very unique person. I knew him very well. I knew the Bushes very well. Now there's a couple, both are Geminis, husband and wife, but they have a lot in common, different deckhands. Because normally married to the same sign is a boar, unless they're in a different deckhand. People have to know that, because so many people say, gee, what am I going to do? He's the same sign as I am. Does that mean we're doomed? No, let's go for the deckhand. Let's take the Obamas, for instance. I had to do the horoscope. The committee, the Democratic Party hired me to do, and at the time that was the most interesting thing, because at the time he didn't stand a prayer, but I did the chart maybe a year and a half before and said he would come in, and everyone was saying, oh no, Hillary. They submitted her chart, she would come. I said, no, she will not. She's Scorpio and he's a Leo. That makes no difference. But the thing is, they kept saying, well, she will be vice president. I said, no, she's not even going to be anything. So, but his chart, and I still say he will be renominated, re-elected. I think Sarah Palin's old news. Let her have a good time right now. She's an Aquarian. I can't stand her. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but let her just run dry. Barack Obama, that's what you call the real honeymoon. That's what you call a good mate. They are mated beautifully. Obama, basically, being a Leo, he's got good planets, and she has good planets. They are basically fire and air, and they get along very well. The same decade. Their chart is a number 8. See? They married for the right reasons. They didn't marry so one was going to be richer than the other, or, I mean, she didn't expect much. As a matter of fact, when he got a job in the office, he looked like a poor schnook. She was hired to sort of look after him. She didn't even want him. He grew on her, but see, that was that's called karma. You know, she couldn't bear him. And when you think about it, look, she don't look like much. They keep saying she looks like a lot. She has great shoulders, but she doesn't have much of a figure. She tamed Victoria's Secret, that's for sure. That's what I call a figure. But she has $1 million personality, and that seems somehow or other he just looks from the head up, the personality and the charm. And that's a Leo. Leo are the vainest men in the world. I mean, they want all the glamour girls. They want the beauty. Of course, they want to be the whole show, too. They are the actors of the zodiac. It's like the lion in the jungle, the Leo lion. The lion is feared by all the animals. Every animal walks on their toes in the jungle around the lion. Michelle does not. Now you take JFK. He was a Gemini, and she was a Leo. Fire and air. Even though he cheated like crazy, didn't I say they do always? And she was her ego was bruised constantly, but she hung in there. That was unusual. She didn't want to hang in because generally fire and air, if the marriage isn't going well, they don't stick. They generally leave, and I'm sure she wouldn't leave many times. But he was very entertaining. When his son wrote the first magazine, George, I met him in a restaurant called the Ivy at the shore, and John was there, and he knew me anyway as an astrologer. So he came up to me and said, Jacqueline, I'm writing the George. Will you be the astrologer for George? And I said, I don't know. So he followed me around the block to my car, and he said, come on, be the astrologer. I said, all right, I'll tell you what. I'll get a bad name. I don't want to talk about movie stars. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do, John. I'll write the karma for all the presidential people that are running in the next election. So I did the karma, and it was brutal. Like I said, Buchanan was like a, what do you call these kind of people, witch doctors, and so witchcraft. Oh, I went after all of them. So Sylvester read a transcript. He said, Mother, if you publish that, the IRS will come after me. They'll bury me. Oh, don't you dare publish a thing like that about all these presidents. One's going to be a I said, please don't do it. So I called Kennedy. I said, what am I going to do? Sylvester said, IRS will come after, the government will come after him. He'll be out of business. He said, tell him to go to hell. So I published it. And there it was, Jacqueline Stallone doing the astrologer for the George magazine, which was quite an honor. I knew the Kennedys.